Hey guys, welcome back to Gear by Orla, or if you're new here then welcome. On this channel we give honest, authentic reviews of all kinds of travel gear and related products for women by women, but of course everyone is welcome. So today I am reviewing the Db Journey 21 litre Ramverk backpack. This backpack is priced at $229. As mentioned, it is the 21 litre. You can opt to get it in the 26 litre if you want, but the dimensions for this one is 50 in height by 28.5 in width and 14.5 in depth, and that is in centimeters. It does fit nicely in the seat in front of you on a flight for EasyJet. It absolutely worked out grand, fit well. I took it 2 weeks away with me to the Caribbean, and for that flight I will pop up the airline. I could fit it in the seat in front of me, but because of the limited space and for a long haul flight of like 8 hours, I decided to put it in the overhead locker, but it does definitely fit in the seat in front of you for that as well. So part of me was glad that I did take it with me for 2 weeks away, and then there was a part of me that really regretted taking it away with me. But that's kind of what I'm going to be going through throughout this review, kind of what it works for and what it doesn't. First up are the materials of this backpack. The backpack is made up of synthetic PU leather front panel fabric with 100% 600D polyester back panel fabric and 100% polyester interlock lining, and a lot of different foams throughout this bag. So you can go over to their website, links are below, to check out all the different kind of materials that fit into this bag. So what you have here is a backpack that is pretty much just to the point. You've got your main compartment here, that clamshell opening that just opens nicely with the zippers. You've got the kind of pillars here, so it just really helps make a smooth transition around the bag, and it opens up nicely. As mentioned, it fully opens and fully extends out, and you've got plenty of space to then work with. For people who prefer a bit more organization within a bag, then I can understand why they would opt for a different bag. Check out Knack bags for that. If you prefer a more organizational bag, then they are perfect for that. This has 1, 2, 3 mesh pockets. The first mesh pocket is a smaller one, and then you have kind of slightly 2 bigger ones here. Just be aware when you are fully packing up the bag that whatever you have in here has to kind of compress down into the bag as well. So if you're bulking this up, then it might be limiting your space within here as well. What I did do was kind of opted to put what I needed first out of the bag at the front kind of mesh pocket here, so that I wasn't digging right down into the bottom of the bag or having to open it up completely to get what I wanted out, and that way it was just easier for me to just grab. But in terms of like opening this bag and going through security, it was really helpful to just have this bag open, grab what I needed, and then was able to just close it all back up and compact it nice and neatly. So there is plenty of space within this bag. As mentioned, I did fit a lot in. I can kind of pop up what I got for that trip. I had a lot of games in here, Connect 4, cards, other bits and pieces. I had 3 pairs of shoes in here, a jacket, a hoodie, straighteners, lots of things. For 21 litre, it did really pack out well. So that works out really nicely for you just opting to put what you need into the space, especially for, I'm not a minimalist when it comes to packing, but I like minimalist bags, if that makes sense. Sorry, I confused myself. So on top here, actually, do you know what's worth a wee mention is that these are fine, but maybe a little bit of PU coating here would have been nice just for that extra kind of security, but it does work out well for water resistance, definitely. But here you have your top loading pocket, which was absolutely the first time, which I will get into, using the key lash within this mesh compartment, which I absolutely loved, because when I was running out the door I realised that I had my house keys and I wanted them to be somewhere safe, and I found this the most convenient place to have them because I was going to have the backpack on me at all times, most times, and that was just easy to keep in there. And then my passport fit nicely in there as well. It was a bit of a tight squeeze, but it just meant that it was really secured in there. And then I zipped that up nicely, and I have still packs of cards in here. and a wristband for what? Taxi service in the Caribbean. But I had snacks and things that I kind of wanted, because I did put it in the overhead locker, things that I wanted quicker access to so that I didn't have to open the bag again, so it made it just easy when I was lying it down on top in the overhead locker that I could just grab out what I needed. And there is plenty of space in there to kind of build up your shelf for those smaller items, but just be aware, again, as accessible it is for you, it is accessible for other people as well. I would have preferred maybe a wee what are they called, like a little zip tie to put underneath, so to stop that kind of movement, but it's not here. What you do have then is your laptop compartment. I truthfully didn't test this out on my trip because I didn't take my laptop with me, because it was plenty of entertainment where I was. Didn't feel the need to, and if I did I would have just ended up working. So it's just space, and it does fit my 11-inch nicely, and it fits up to a 16-inch MacBook Pro. The only thing is, because of that space, so there is no like actual compartment where you can kind of lycra it down with a strap or anything, it just means that when it's not fully packed you do feel that kind of movement. But in terms of access and quick, you know, getting it out, security, or getting it out when you need, it is super convenient. Here with the laptop, that is grand in terms of space and stuff. Like, I don't actually mind the fact that there is no real compartment to it, because I think it goes well with the aesthetics of this backpack. But some people might feel as though, especially if you're not wearing a jacket, you can kind of feel the laptop compartment in the back. It's not overly padded, but when you are wearing a jacket then there is no problem with it. In the back here you do have a bit of padding. You've got these moments where you kind of are prompted with some sort of posture. There is a panel right down the middle. This here isn't any sort of support, so in the hot weather I didn't find any issues with that, to be honest, so it was absolutely grand. But this kind of just gives you a wee bit of airflow if anything, and a bit of support. There is extra padding here down near the laptop compartment, so that is handy enough. And it does kind of sit up by itself. Sometimes it needs a bit of prompting, but the material is quite flexible, so there is room to kind of squish things down and stuff. That can be seen as a pro or a con. The straps here are quite thin, so when you are packing up this bag, if you are packing it to the brim, just be aware that you might need to put it down after long periods of time. If you are holding it, there is no like external support such as a sternum strap or a hip belt attached to this bag, so you definitely do feel it over a period of time. But when it's not fully packed, they're absolutely grand. And if you are wearing a jacket, then there's no issues here with the comfort of these straps, especially when I've been testing it in a hotter weather as well, so I know fine rightly that there definitely holds a lot of comfort to these straps. So they do have the hook up system here that goes along with their luggage, which is really good. I really appreciate that in terms of aesthetics. I think it looks really nice. Again, they're not overdoing it with the branding. They've got a little bit of branding here and a little bit then on the G hooks and on the YKK zipper pullers. Their hardware I do actually really like. I think it is unique and it just complements the bag really well. Kind of gives it that premium feel. In terms of this price as well, this is what you want and expect. I absolutely love the front here where they have implemented, I don't want to make a noise on this table with the bloody hooks, is again these G hooks up here and down here, and I find that super helpful to place my travel pillow around that and also my headphones, so I could just swing the bag around and unhook it and then hook it back up to this kind of system here. Or you can opt to put in your yoga mat or barbell pad or any kind of jackets that you can flip in here. And then it does have these external lip holes running down the bag as well, so again you can attach things, and it just makes it super convenient to kind of pack out this bag if you can't fit what you need into the actual 21 litre. In terms of their actual purpose of like maybe compressing in the bag, I didn't find that useful, but I did find it useful for external features. On the backpack you only have one handle, which is this one, your top grabbing handle. I didn't feel like the backpack needed another one, especially for 21 litre. It was grand. It's not special, it's just that seatbelt material. There is no real like cushion to it, so it is what it is really. I feel like with this bag it really works well in colder environments. I spoke earlier about my kind of little regrets in taking this backpack with me. I took it to the Caribbean and it was extremely hot. Well, extremely hot for someone like me who is used to colder weather, and not that it didn't perform well, it just felt like aesthetically it didn't feel right wearing this kind of leathery bag outside in the hot weather. Although it did absolutely fine, I really thought the hot weather would kind of ruin the materials, but it worked out really well. So I didn't have a beach bag with me, so I used this as one, and it worked out really well because it was super easy to clean down. There was lots of sand all over it. It did rain at certain stages. I had camera equipment in here, snorkeling equipment, towels, loads of things in here, and I felt absolutely safe having this bag with me. But as mentioned, I think aesthetically I would have opted for a different bag, maybe like a pack safe kind of adventurous bag, or just a beach bag, because I just feel like this suits better in the colder weather, and I haven't tested it back in my home country. It just feels more natural having it here, and I don't know, it just feels better. That makes sense. Kind of touching back on the hot weather and stuff, I didn't find that this bag caused me to sweat. I was already sweating, so putting on this bag, just, there is that panel on the back, so it kind of gives you a bit of airflow, but just with this material it just didn't feel right, as opposed to it feeling better when I'm here where there is rain, snow, storms, winds, and I feel like this is more suited to that type of weather. A real downfall for me is the fact that this backpack does not have a water bottle compartment, and you could say, oh, just put it inside the bag, and I get that, but I'm 99.9% sure that if I put a water bottle in my bag it will spill everywhere just by luck. And I really appreciate just swinging the bag around and grabbing my water bottle, and I found that I missed that with this bag, and I definitely needed it, especially when I was out and about using this bag most of the trip, especially on the beach and stuff, so it became inconvenient for me. Do I feel this backpack is worth it? I think yes, in terms of its simplistic but effective, minimalist design. I think the style of it is definitely where people are bought into this kind of bag, but I know that you would definitely miss those elements such as back support, water bottle compartment, different kind of features, maybe more things externally, sternum straps and all. If you are looking to use this bag across all different kind of occasions, whether it's traveling, commuting, work, everyday carry, then you're gonna miss all those elements because this isn't gonna give you that. But there is a unique style to it. It does have moments where there are pluses to it, such as the outside, and if you are someone like me who isn't fussed on organisation, you just want the space, you want to pack how you want, then this is a great bag for that. The links are below for the products that I haven't mentioned. They are affiliate links, and I would be forever grateful if you could use those links. They do offer a commission that I put back into this channel so that I can give you honest, authentic reviews. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next review.